On May 2nd, get ready to escape. Isis, Escape from Transylvania. The goddess next door and John Haynes must escape a horde of vampires on the hunt in this horror-filled Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Escape from Transylvania in paperback and e-readers this May 2nd. Yesterday, there was a mass shooting at YouTube's corporate offices in California, and it looks like one of the content providers on YouTube got so angry over the policies that have been implemented over the past year that she decided to drive all the way to YouTube's offices to participate in a mass shooting there. Now, when it comes down to YouTube's policies over the past year, they have been extremely draconian to content providers. And when it comes down to content providers, they have been suffering due to many of the numerous policies placed on them. Now, over the past year, YouTube has gone out of its way to attack content providers by doing things like demonetizing many of the videos that many YouTube partners have, and they have gone out of their way to create new policies to restrict small YouTube channels by saying they couldn't enter the partner program unless they had 1,000 subs or a certain number of views. And they have also gone out of their way to go out here and hire what they call so-called trusted flaggers, many of which are from the far left groups like the Southern Poverty Law Center, to go out here to flag people's videos and to have people's channels terminated off the channel. And it looks like one of the content providers on YouTube had said enough is enough and decided she wanted to go to the YouTube central offices with a gun to deal with this once and for all. Now, what many in YouTube's management, like your CEO Susan Wojcicki, just don't understand regarding YouTube is that YouTube was a place where people were told that they could broadcast themselves. And when it comes down to YouTube, it seems like it's almost next to impossible to do that if you seem to have a differing opinion than that of a feminist or a far leftist or a social justice warrior on the YouTube platform as of late. If you have conservative views, or you participate in an alternative lifestyle like the goth subculture, or you're an African American male who is heterosexual, it seems like every time you step onto this platform, there is someone looking to push you off this platform. And there's somebody looking to push you off because you just don't fit a particular narrative. And it looks like this female was really frustrated about this, the way many other YouTube content providers are frustrated about being kicked off this platform. And a lot of them are legitimately frustrated because they were told that as being a part of the partner program many years ago, that they could use YouTube as a source of income, and many quit their jobs to become a part of YouTube to have it as their regular job. So a lot of people, they quit their 9-to-5 jobs, they quit their professions, and they went to make regular videos on the regular. Some people I've seen making videos every 2 to 3 a week just to build an audience here. And what happens with many of those people is those people became frustrated when YouTube literally yanked the rug out from under them by demonetizing all their videos, because those people, they had bills to pay, and now they had to find another way to pay their bills. And what YouTube did to those content providers was literally slap those content providers in the face by telling them they could use YouTube as a way to start a career, but then deciding they wanted to change their policies in the hopes of appealing to the same advertisers who knew what they were getting into. And the reason why they wanted to call themselves really changing their platform is the 2016 election, because the 2016 election showed that many people on the YouTube platform used the platform to promote political views that were diametrically opposed to many people on YouTube who were out in the executive offices who were out to support Hillary Clinton. And when they saw that Donald Trump won the presidency, they wanted to try to rewrite the rules for YouTube. And that really alienated a lot of people who who literally just were in the middle and were just here looking to broadcast themselves, promote their businesses, and build an audience. And those people, they weren't really into this whole political thing, but they see YouTube as not being a platform where they can broadcast themselves, where they can build an audience, where they can share their ideas and viewpoints. They're not seeing it as an open platform. They're seeing it becoming more and more of a closed platform where it's all about censorship and censoring people who do not share the same ideas as many who are leftists in the YouTube executive offices, and many who want people to participate in groupthink, which they believe is the only way people need to think. Because they're sitting there thinking about some Wall Street Journal thing that said that people were advertisers were upset over so-called radical views on YouTube. But when you look at that sector of YouTube, it was a very small sector of YouTube. I've been watching videos for years, and a lot of those videos are it's a very small platform. And then you have your CEO talking about how there are so-called quote-unquote actors out here. And this is the same female who sat there and gave Logan Paul a pass, a man who flew all the way to Japan to mock people who were in a suicide forest. She doesn't kick him off the platform for behavior that clearly violated YouTube guidelines, but she goes out here and kicks off people who were clearly in YouTube's guidelines on the regular, and her trusted flaggers go out here and kick off people who follow YouTube's guidelines on the regular. Moreover, those people who were following YouTube's guidelines, like many of the goths I used to view, a lot of them, they wound up having their income halved thanks to the demonetization, and many of the smaller YouTubers that I used to watch, they wound up losing their small money that they were making in the partner channel because of the policy that said that they could no longer be a partner because they didn't have a certain amount of subs or a certain amount of views. So YouTube's policies, they have literally destroyed a lot of people's lives. And there were some who were saying that they saw this coming at YouTube because what they were doing with this platform was they were alienating a lot of people, and they were jerking a lot of people around on this platform. You can't sit here and make a bunch of promises to people like they can broadcast themselves. You're going to offer them partnerships where they can make money on the platform. Tell them that they can quit their jobs to go work and make videos on the regular. And then because one Wall Street Journal report comes out saying a couple of far-right people or alt-right people are using the YouTube platform to make money, or some con men are making some videos, repeating other people's videos to make money. You want to just go out here and put some algorithm in place to demonetize everyone. Then you want to hire trusted flaggers, so-called trusted flaggers. We know that they're far leftists from the Southern Poverty Law Center and other far left organizations to flag channels and then have these channels terminated, because I've seen many people have their channels terminated, like Mr. Superboy 223, MGTOW 101, Turd Flinging Monkey, and many others who present the views that aren't the same as what the far left and feminists want to see. So those channels get terminated for no reason at all except for expressing a difference of opinion. And what this YouTuber probably did, because they probably had a channel that they were depending on for their income and depending on to meet their economic needs, what probably happened was she got fed up, she got angry, and she decided to go out here and participate in this mass shooting. And the reason why she probably did that was because she probably felt like she had nothing to lose. Because what YouTube's policies have done, again, is they've backed a lot of people to the wall. And what Google and YouTube don't understand is that a lot of people, they use this platform, again, to make their money, to make a living, and they were told they could do that. And a lot of those people, they feel betrayed, and a lot of them feel angry. And I look at this incident, and it shows me that, there's something wrong at YouTube's management, because again, this platform was originally designed for people to broadcast themselves, and as a part of America's Constitution, people were supposed to be guaranteed the right to free speech and freedom of expression. But on YouTube, it looks like these days you can't have freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And what culminated with this mass shooting, I believe, is that someone just got fed up and they felt like they had nothing to lose, and they decided they wanted to participate in this violence because they looked at these draconian policies on this platform and they just felt like they had nothing to lose because this person took their own life in the process of participating in this mass shooting at the YouTube central office. Now, when I take a look at this incident, it clearly shows me that YouTube desperately needs a new CEO. It needs somebody with a vision, somebody who understands that you need to support content providers, good content providers, and you need to make sure that the platform remains open in a way that allows content providers to feel like they can have a place to broadcast themselves and present themselves on this platform. There's been too much false flagging, too much trusted flaggers. There have been too many algorithms here to demonetize people, all for expressing a difference of opinion, and there's been too much attempts to try to suppress free speech. And I believe that these policies of censorship, these are the things that are really upsetting people and alienating people. Now, as I see it, YouTube, if it does not really deal with this in a constructive manner, there may not be a YouTube in the future because competitors are already lining up to take YouTube's place, many of which are sitting there talking about the First Amendment and supporting the First Amendment and giving people a platform where they can really broadcast themselves and giving them the tools to deal with people like members of the Zero Subscribers Club, people who wind up making channels but have no content on them for years, people who make sock puppet accounts, people who troll people, people who spam people, people who make YouTube into a very hostile environment and make it just like MySpace was back in the day. MySpace, which was a place for friends, until the trolls, attention whores, and spammers and the Zero Subscribers Club took over that platform and led to people leaving it. And this is what's happening to YouTube right now. This mass shooting, as I see it, was a culmination of things that had been boiling up for years, because anyone who's been on the platform since 2007, 2008 knows that these false flaggers have been a problem for years. These members of the Zero Subscribers Club have been a problem for years, and they have not, and really YouTube has not really made an effort to provide people with the tools that they need to deal with trolls who go out here and attack people who are in the Zero Subscribers Club who create numerous accounts and numerous sock puppet accounts, people who go out here and make threats, because I was threatened just a couple of days ago for a video I made. And these are things that YouTube really needs to focus on, because if you don't take care of your content providers, then there won't be any foot traffic to come to your website, because people go where the content is, and this is something YouTube's executives just don't seem to understand. If you don't protect your content providers, they can't provide you with content, and that content can't go on the air to get views. When it comes down to YouTube's policies right now, they are out here supporting people like Logan Paul, who are out here who have clearly violated their policies, instead of trying to make efforts to support those who desperately want to use the platform to broadcast themselves and build new businesses and new audiences on the platform. No, those people wind up getting alienated, and they look at the policies that have been presented and they are upset about those policies. Many people, they won't pick up a gun, but what many of the content providers are doing, as I'm seeing right now, is they're starting to migrate to places like blackjunction.tv, Vimeo, BitChute, Dailymotion, and Twitch, and many other YouTube competitors, because they look at this platform and say, I was told I could broadcast myself, but it seems like everything on this platform makes it where it's almost impossible to do that. When I take a look at this mass shooting at YouTube, it is the culmination of many years of hostile policies against content providers, and one content provider looks like they just had enough is enough, And it needs to be a wake-up call to Susan Wojcicki, Google's executives, and many others who work at YouTube to ease up on content providers, stop attacking us, and start supporting us. Because if this site isn't a place where people can broadcast themselves, somebody else will pick up that mission and then take all of YouTube's audience away completely. If you'd like to help me make more videos, you can donate to my Patreon by clicking the link in the description box. And if you want to help me with the SJS Direct publications, you can click the link to Amazon.com in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.